Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly read. Of course, as I record this, it's already Wednesday. Um, so we're going to do the abridged version again this week. So Wednesday or Monday through Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday. Um, but what the plan for me, first of all, sorry about no holding space Sunday. Um, as it happens, it's starting to get nice out here, and Sunday is really my Saturday, and just ended up on a day of, being outside and enjoying the sunshine and cleaning up the yard and doing those kinds of things. So you can maybe tell I got a little bit of a sunburn. So holding space didn't happen. Um, Chances are through the summer, sometimes it's going to be infrequent. I'll do my best to maybe pre-record it and get it online. But um, the other thing that's kind of like, I'm just going to try to explain a little bit about my readings and when I'll be doing them. If you're looking for consistency, this is the wrong channel. I kind of just do things as they come up because with the shifting energies and stuff, there's needs for like there's certain days that there's like needs for more uh, look into things. So this example that I'm about to give is for this Friday. So this is we're always in these power packed energy weeks. Um, so kicking off this energy, moving towards Friday, last night in the middle of the night here, like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, we had solar flare, like five of them, three in a row, and then another two or three closer to 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And I felt those. I don't know if you guys did, but and it wasn't in a bad way. It was almost in a way where I was just like, I felt like I drank too much coffee, but I was sleeping. I was in and out of sleep. But I knew that like the funny part was I could feel that there was upgrades taking place and energy was shifting within my physical body. So I just tried to rest and like breathe through it and take it for what it was. So um, yeah, these upgrades are important. They're coming in. They will be continuing to come in fast and furiously uh, because we're in this process of moving up our frequency. So, yeah, I didn't get a chance to check the Schumann resonance, but I'm sure it probably went off the charts too. Anyway, let's talk about Friday, and then we'll get into the read for the next couple days and just see what we're looking at. The overall theme, though, that's coming up is still like in this eclipse corridor. So it's really dealing with, clearing that last little bits of shadow or, the things that aren't serving you. Like that's still the predominant theme. So I know like this week in particular, it's been really, I don't know if it's just my guides or like, but they're really adamant about staying clean and sober, which isn't always easy for me. I like to go out and have some drinks and stuff. Who I am. But I've been doing my best, and I was so grateful that I had not drank last night. Because when those solar flares came in and that energy was shifting, I was like, that would have been just a terrible combination. I would have been in a terrible mood and probably not able to put this video together today. So, Friday, let's talk about Friday. So the other thing is I initially intended to do a meditation for Beltane. And so Beltane is, it's kind of the introduction to spring, again, in the natural calendar that we should be following. The funny thing is that our calendar puts it on May 1st, but the astrological calendar it's not until the same day as the moon on Friday. So definitely feeling Friday is going to be this kind of power packed energy day where we're going to, if you want to access some good transmutive energy, that's going to be the day. So it is a Scorpio full moon on Friday. So again, full moons are always great time for releasing and letting go of stuff that's no longer serving us. It's the lunar eclipse, so it closes out this eclipse corridor. So anything that was like, if you notice things that were like being pushed out of your life, whether those were people, places, habits, things, it really has been moving them. I've seen it for lots of people, and that's even including physical things within the body. So hopefully, if you're physically suffering, that by the end of this, it can ease up a bit. And yeah, the eclipse thing too is that, again, it's this eclipse in particular. The strength of it is that if it's not serving you, the eclipse is going to make the decision for you. It's going to push it out of your life because it's not working for you. And then in and around that day too, Pluto goes into retrograde. So we've had this period of Pluto being in Aquarius. We're kind of seeing, lots of shift and change happening, but now it's going to slow down for a little bit till the end of the year, 2024. I can't remember when it goes forward again. Anyway, that's not super important because we'll get to that when it does happen. But just know that, like, it's not that progress that we're going to see progress stop happening in these areas of revealing the truth, of everything coming out, of finding out who we really are and why we're really here. It's just that I think it's going to take us through a bit more. I feel like it's almost like it's going to take us a little slower through it, even though it's backing up into, well, I forget. It's not Capricorn. Scorpio? Yeah, it doesn't totally matter. If you want to look that up, you can definitely do that. But I think what I'm getting at that it's going to do is it's going to help us baby step through information coming out. Because that train's already on the track and it's going full steam ahead. So that there's no stopping what's coming. It's just, but now we might get that chance to take a bit of a breather. That's what I'm feeling. And not that it's going to be any easier, but that it's, we get that break to kind of sort things out and see what, work on our manifestation, see where we really want to go, right? So again, we're still in that death and rebirth. Like we're watching the old system. It really is coming down like a house of cards. And I know it can be super frightening in the moment. But just it's the difference between third dimensional thinking and fifth dimensional thinking. And the fifth dimensional thinking is it's going to be okay. We have to let these old systems go so new ones can come in. And usually the response from people to that is, well, is there a new system? And, who knows? But no, not to sound discouraging about it, but it's like, I think there is. I think it's running underneath right now so that it can be a slow merge in. And that's also this Pluto retrograde will slow this down so it's not so in our face and fast and furious. But things are going to continue to collapse around us. And it's just our job. It's not even our job. It's our free will choice, which side we pick for ourselves, not for anybody else. Don't worry about anybody else. This is all about you. So it's like I can choose to stay in 3D lower energy, and I can worry about money and I can worry about our safety and all of that. Or I can choose, which is really funny because this is part of this eclipse moon on Friday, is I can choose to find or manifest the light rather than, like, we still want to, on this moon, sit in your shadow and really observe it and really pick out what needs to go and clean that closet up and get it out of there. It's spring cleaning 101. Nothing can come into your house if you don't have room for it, right? This is our house. This is our energy field. If we're still hanging on to all these things about anything, whether it's like thought systems, if you're in the truther community and we're all fighting against each other, we're just staying in this low energy and we're just going to keep there. And I don't think any of us want to sit there. So it's really important at that moon to look at it and say, this is totally not working for me. Yeah, it's stepping out of the matrix. It's really hard to do. I've been trying to do it. That's been my goal this week is like, I'm not participating in this. I'm no longer participating in that because these are old systems that need to change. And so the only way that I can step out of them that I know of is to not give my attention to them. So it is our free will choice to believe and pick and choose what we do. So I think this eclipse and moving forward past it is really about us learning to discern what's working for us and start um, manifesting that as a system in our life. I know that's a lot of big concepts, but I think if you just like with the Pluto retrograde, if we just take our time and see things one at a time, and we'll baby step through this, and we'll find the answers. So that's my personal opinion. Of course, make sure you're discerning too. If this isn't resonating with you, uh, you don't have to be on board. You have to do what's right for you and your soul and your mission here on this planet. So, yeah, but that's the gist of it. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm just gonna get her. We'll do the intro of the week, and then we'll do the day by day. I will include Friday. I will include Friday in this read, but like I said, I'm gonna probably put a special video together um, for Friday for Beltane. Oh that's what I meant to say is yeah. So I did say that Beltane. I have a meditation for that, which I was initially going to include on Holding Space Sunday, so you had it for the Monday. But then in my readings, I've been finding, or not my readings, but following other people, the astrological actual date of Beltane is not the first this year. It's happening on this Friday, the 5th, for the full moon. And the 5th is also the portal day, the 5/5 portal. So just there's lots going on that day. So I'm definitely going to put together a separate read like I would for the moon. I'll use the moon cards for that. But then there'll be an attached Beltane meditation. So we'll be using a little bit of the fairies and that kind of thing. Actually, we're using them in the week read too. Okay, so the card for the week is Strength. I wisely use my life force energy to create and direct my good work in the world. Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, again, I've pointed this out before with this card, is letting the light in. It's like, but we don't just like shift the shadow under the carpet, like, because if you do that, it is gonna rear its ugly head again. It's like packing a closet full of stuff. Eventually, it's gonna blow out the closet, right? So that analogy is coming up a lot. Like, it's time for us to clean up the closet and make it lighter and brighter. Get rid of all the dark, low energy that is not serving you. It's time to let it go. Let the light shine in. Start manifesting the lightness. Find the lightness in everything. Everything you do, every situation in your life, every relationship. Really spend this moon on Friday, and we'll see what the cards say on Friday, but examining those things and then releasing them. It's the perfect time to release stuff. There's so many, like, pretty much all the things that are happening astrologically and with the moon is about releasing and renewal, right? Beltane is like it's also the celebration of the fairies, but we'll get into that when we do that meditation. So it's about inviting in this lighter, easier, fun, more playful energy. So again, that's after Friday, but let's work on this week manifesting better for ourselves. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's see the overall. Yeah, I mean yeah, we got we got preservation again. Again, death and rebirth. Like, we're in this process, and it's a matter of honoring it. We're not trying to fight it. We're not trying to control it. We're not trying to change it. We're just letting the old go, letting the new be born, um, being in flow and seeing how it goes. It doesn't mean that we don't do any work around this, right? Like, again, you have to look at your shadow. Like, it's just like we need to face it. That's exactly what this week is telling us to do. Because it's like, if you want to, like, this is the perfect time to clean it up. That's basically what we're being told. So, and we know, and this is exactly what we want. We want this old system to die and just be gone, because it's not serving us as humanity, like all of humanity. It's not serving us at all. But we're clinging on to it because we don't know anything else. Because the baby hasn't been born yet and we can't see the light. We think we can't see the light, but part of our job as light workers is to start amping up the energy of that light. Things are coming in to try to help us right, left, and center, like those solar flares and the raising of the Schumann frequency. This is all lightening and brightening us and our body and our physical body. And I know it hurts like hell while we're going through this little squish through the, to the other side. It's so important right now that we just keep going, and we keep manifesting the light entering our lives. That's, I think, the big theme for this month and beyond. Right? We just observe the process, but also, the best self-preservation is to just not be clinging, right, to the old. We just gotta let it go. We also got Memories of Atlantis. Really, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. What I'm totally getting from this card is this is the new. It's funny because it's the new, but it's the old. But it's our really ancient past that's now coming back in. It's remembering Atlantis was when and if whatever you believe, if you were there. That's part of why this feels so scary and hard right now, is because we're having memories of, like, just before Atlantis sunk. It didn't sink into the ocean, it sunk in dimension. It slammed down from like a ninth, 12th dimension to the third dimension, which is heavy, dense, disgustingness that's really hard to live in. But good for you if you came to the planet now, because it's hard work. But so we're going back to the old ways, which is we had technology, we had healing. Atlantis was paradise on earth. It was amazing society at the beginning before the corrupt nature brought it down. And so we're returning to that. And so this is just letting us know that not to panic this week. It doesn't look like the new systems are in place. They are. And the reason they are is it's just something we have to remember. And once we remember that, we just all turn it on like a light switch. I know that sounds like mythical and fantastical and like impossible, but I completely resonate with that right now. So, all right. So don't lose hope this week. Let the light in. Let's look at the day by day. We're going to do, again, Monday through Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday. And I will include Fridays included in that, even though I'm planning to have a more in-depth reading for Friday. So much going on that day. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so taking a look at Monday through Wednesday, I have the cards today. I'm using kind of a mishmash of what I would use for the moon cards, also bringing in the fairies, so healing with the fairies, the hidden realms, because we're still in, like I said, that shadow period, heading into this, finishing off this eclipse season. And then I picked the angel dreams just because it encompasses many different energy aspects, like from the seasons to the animals to crystals to chakras. So that's the cards for this. All right, let's do 3 of the hidden realm. See what we're looking at for Monday through Wednesday. 2 there. Okay. Yeah, we got some stoking going on. Okay. So the first one is the Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. These cards are always read with like, they do have sort of a shadow word as the last word. I'm not going to say this is aggression in the sense of like being aggressive with others or yourself. I think this is just about like stoking. This is like this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, start to stoke the fire and really be optimistic about where we're headed and start to, again, we're still working on these plans. Like we, if we just lay back and picking nothing is still making a decision. So if we pick nothing, then the universe usually picks for us based on what it thinks we need, whatever energy we're putting out. So this is like, have some optimism and keep dreaming about what you want to see and where we want to go and what we want to do, which makes sense because the next one we got is the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. So this is exactly like I just said in the intro. We have to be making these decisions for ourselves about whether we're going to stay in low density energy or allow ourselves to do the work as it comes in. So, and part of the work is the shadow stuff and looking at all this crazy stuff in the world that's being revealed to us, and then deciding where we're going to leave our frequency, right? Are we going to stay in the fighting and the name calling and this low energy? Like there's so many distractions on that level right now, where they're really pitting us against each other, and it's a loop that we've been trying to get out of, and we've come close so many times, and then something else new comes along, right? And it'll just it's a loop. It'll just keep you in that loop. So it's your free will and our decision to step out of that. I know it sometimes feels like then you're like ignoring the world, but in a sense, that's the only way we're going to get through it, right? So right now, because we're not able to kind of fully access this high energy, like we're seeing glimpses of it, we're feeling the shift towards it, and we can, go back to that heart-centered meditation stuff and expand our energy of love. And we can usually tap into it pretty good, but we're not really sort of ready to fully be there yet because we're still clearing. But it's nice to just sit in this middle space. That's kind of where I've decided. And while I'm sitting in that middle space, though, I am projecting where I want to go, what I want to see, what I want to do in the world. Um, I am the map maker of my destiny. You are the map maker of your destiny. You completely do have free will. You can step out of this low matrix. You don't have to participate in it. I know that's like, some of you are like, that's impossible. I have to pay my bills. And I'm like, so do I. And I'm still dipping my toe in that pool because that's where I am right now. But I don't give in to all the other things that start to weigh me down, because then when that happens, that's when I give up. And that's when I'm like, this is all BS. I can't do this. I'm poor. I don't have enough money for anything. And then it just keeps spiraling down. I don't want to spiral down anymore. I want to spiral up. That's my goal. Taking inspiration from other things. Start watching stuff that is like benevolent to your soul. Stop watching this stuff that is like freaking you out and like doom and gloom, because I said this to someone the other day. You can watch that stuff. You can let it like freak you out. It's good to be informed. Don't get me wrong. But if it's not resonating and it's freaking you out, the thing is too is like if it has something to do with anything going on Earth right now, none of those things are in our control. Not a single one of them. I can't go out tomorrow and just stop a war, can I? Oops, I better not say that. Anyway, I can't do it single-handedly. That's not how that works. But if enough of us come into this middle and higher energy and we raise that frequency up, I can guarantee you it's all going to stop. It'll all be put to an end because that's where it's going anyway. It doesn't have a choice. But we need to not be down here when that happens, because not that we'll get stuck. You're never stuck. You're always able to like level up at any choice because it's free will. but it'll be a harder slog for you. Just like, let's not mince words. Why not make it easy on yourself and just keep raising your frequency and your vibration? And yeah, just paying attention to things that make your heart sing and make you feel love. Anyway, in continuing stoking the fire, we also got the phoenix. So we're rising out of the ashes. Resurrection, surrender to change. That's what I just said. Like, by staying in this lower energy, we're not surrendering to change. We're like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. We just stick ourselves there. It's like, okay, everything's changing. That's okay. Let this baby be born, you guys. Like, this baby is like, oh my God, you guys get it together so I can just get there and save you all. It's also not a matter of being saved, but okay. So that's the cards from the thing. We are on the upward progression. It's the big thing is just we have to stop trying to micromanage the universe again, right? Like we just need to be open to change and to bring in the light. All right, let's see what the fairies have to say. And these are the healing with the fairies cards. So, this could be action steps for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Maybe two. Okay. So, let's look at them first. Okay. So, the first card we got is feeling safe. It's interesting because in this world right now, it's a little difficult to feel completely safe. What I'm getting from this as an action card for us is finding the things that make you feel safe. So if that is home, if that is walking in the forest, being in nature, again, if you're watching a lot of YouTube and we're watching a lot of like low energy stuff, is that helping you? Is it making you feel safe? That's the big question. Like, do the things that don't freak you out, that things are like out of control, because they look out of control and they kind of are, but that has to happen. Right? We need to raise our standards. So for me, again, that's just part of that thing of like, am I going to dive down into this low energy and be in dualistic relationship and fighting people with things I disagree with what they say? Like, are we going to keep doing that, or are we going to raise our standard to a standard of love? Like, let's raise that standard to a standard of love and light. Like, we need to just like stop it. It's an addiction. Like, you know what? Honestly, it's like that's what the moon is trying to tell us to do, is like release this addiction to this old shitty system. Why can't we let it go? We just need to. But we're just having so much trouble because, again, I get it. We don't know where we're going, but we do, because the next two cards tell us exactly where we're going. We got miracle healing. The funny part, what's this? Oh, is it Earth? It's Earth. Earth is being healed. This energy, and not just the energy of the planet Earth, but the physical, or physical isn't the word, the non-physical energy, the being of Earth. Everything is fine. Everything is being taken care of and healed. And we're moving into the higher consciousness. Start tapping into your higher consciousness. I think this is the Pleiades here. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be 7 for Pleiades. But anyway, start moving into the higher consciousness. Staying there more frequently is what I'm getting for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And just know things are being healed. We're being healed. I honestly believe, like, even though as those solar flares come in, like, definitely from 3 to 6 o'clock this morning, as they were coming in, I just like it wasn't that it hurt, but it was just like, it was not a comfortable feeling. It was kind of like a little too much. It was very intense. So I just, really kept trying to breathe through it. But in that intensity and that it was a lot, I felt really okay, because I knew it was positive change happening. So it's again, it's all this thing about us being going with the flow and allowing the changes to happen, and trying not to freak out and fight them so much. Believe me, you guys, I know that's easier said than done because I'm the same way, right? I'm just a human too, and these things scare the crap out of me sometimes, and I let it get me, and I let it get to me, and then when I change my mindset, I see it. I could. It's like we're on the fence right now. It's like some days I'm down here and I'm like, "Ugh," and then some days I have one foot in each world, and then one day I'm up here and I'm like, oh my god, we like, when can we pick and just settle it? Like, yeah. Anyway, okay, okay. Oh yeah, perfect. This is okay. So for the rest of Monday and Wednesday through Wednesday, we also got the High Council. Again, all our star family, our star constellations, evolution, which is what's happening right now, information continuing to come in, and the potential to be greater and better. This is also just saying to us, like, this, again, this is all destined to happen. It's always been going to happen. Um, we have uh, we have backing. We have people that have our backs, or beings that have our backs, um, from up on high. Like, we just need to not panic so much. It's tricky down here because we don't remember who we are. We don't remember that we're, you know, powerful light beings that are healers, that are lovers, that are helpers, that are like, benevolent, amazing uh, energy, right? But then we also got the unicorn. So innocence, trust, and honesty. It's just like, and be magical. Just if you want to spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would just be tapping into um, as much magical side of yourself as you have or you find. And I always play this game every week called Expect a Miracle. And then I see what that miracle is. And like, there's been so many, like, it's just little things down here in 3D, but it's like, I get to go to, like, I get to go to a concert next Friday, and I'm volunteering, and I get to meet the artist. It's David Prevel and Matan, and they sing mantras, and I love them, like, I love them. And like, it just came out of the blue. It literally is a miracle. It's something small and it's just for me, but man, like, make that stuff happen in your life more. Play the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, play the Expect a Miracle game. You may not see it till the end of the week, and it might just be one thing, and it's just something for you. It's not for the world, or just do it for yourself. Because the last card we got for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is green. This is the heart chakra. Compassion, love, cultivation. Again, I can't say it enough. We need to stay in that heart space. It's interesting because I watched a video uh, with a lady who channels the Pleiadians, and she went into this whole how to get into, like, how to deal with the outside world. So it really resonated with me. I was going to put it on Holding Space Sunday, and so I definitely am going to kind of work towards it. And it's really just a quick 5-minute meditation about reframing our view at the moment. So when things get too much, just going back into the heart. So we've done this like at the end of meditations. Just honestly, just hold your hands over your heart. Take those 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Get centered, get calm, and then just envision even like a ball of, I always do rose quartz energy because it's heart chakra, but I'm just expanding that, healing yourself, healing the world, and just emanating love and for yourself, and just so that you're raising your frequency. It takes like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do. I'm not asking you to go sit in meditation for half hour, 45 minutes. But when things just get too much, it's like, remember how, like, the best way to calm a kid that's freaking out is to get them to stop and take a breath, right? They can't explain anything to you when they're in that fully worked up panic mode. And that's like how most of us are operating day to day. And we don't even like really realize it. So take a breath. As soon as it overwhelms you, take a breath, raise your frequency, take a breath, raise your frequency. It really will help. Like it's in the end, I think this is how we make the final transmutation of everything. So we have to keep sitting in those energies and expect a miracle. Okay, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right, let's now look at the end of the week. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Like I said, Friday is such a power packed day altogether. So I am going to do a separate reading for that, for sure. No fooling around. I was fooling around with doing a live. Um, but I know Friday night's a tricky thing for people. So what I'm going to do is I'll put together the meditation and the reading like I normally would for the moon for Friday. And then if things are just going like loop-de-loop on Friday, maybe I'll jump on for a live. If you're around, we can do a question answer and just hang out and read some cards for each other and whoever wants to show up. So I will let you know. I'll give you lots of notice if I'm going to do that. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. Okay, we're going to start with the middle one. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we first got the chess queen, which is trust and strategizing. So honestly, it's still a continuation of the other part of the week. Is it's like we still need to be putting our plan in place, right? Whatever that is. And I feel like with like because it's the chessboard, it's like the game has changed a little bit because our opponent made a slightly different move that we were expecting. So trust yourself that you have the knowledge and everything's going to be okay to make the next move. But you might need to like kind of it feels like we need to retweak our plan a bit. So take a look at it, see if there's some stuff you want to change or transmute because other things have changed. That's the thing with this, like making a plan for the future and yourself is, you know, as stuff shifts and dies out, we're going to have to pivot a lot because there's going to be like, as new information comes in, it's like, oh, well, I thought it was this way and this is the way I was headed. But this just changed everything and opened up all these doors, right? So we have to be open to how things are going to go. We trust the universe, but we keep it's like when you're playing football. I don't play football. This is going to be, I don't know why I'm using this as an analogy, but I can just see it like a playbook, right? So they have different plays that they will try, but we have to factor in the other team and we don't know what they're going to do. So they do something and then we're like, shit, that plan's not going to work. All right, next, flip through the playbook. Oh, you know what? This play works. We're going to do this. So it's just letting us know, like, don't be so stuck to one plan either, right? Have kind of like options ready to go for yourself or be ready to pivot on a dime and be like, oh, okay, well, holy crap, there's new information about how we heal our bodies. I'm going to go down that path. I was previously going to go do this, but this interests me far more. So just, it's not a malevolent thing, right? It's just like, be ready to change, be ready to pivot. That's all I'm going to say. Now I have that Friends episode in my head. I'll go into the pivot. Anyway, okay. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. Again, this is just where we're heading, right? So like we strategize a plan and how to get there. The overall goal we always know. We need to be in gratitude and in service. So always just as you're formulating plan, that's the best question to ask yourself. How may I serve? What is the best way? Thank you for everything I have. Then those answers easily come to you for the next steps. That's generally how I've seen it work. So, which is, we're getting confirmation by the rainbow prints, which is compensation, and perseverance. So again, the universe is just saying, keep going. You don't think you're doing a good job, but you really are. But just be ready for like little shifts and changes. All right, let's ask the fairies what they think. And again, these are the healing with the fairies cards. So I want to take a look at, kind of comes up more as action steps for these last 2 cards, or 6 cards, whatever I'm saying. Interesting. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, I won't be able to find the other card, but hopefully you'll remember. Okay, so the first card we got is new opportunities. The funny part is that when Earth, when the healing card came up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was same sort of halls, or like whatever this background structure is. So there's, again, all I'm getting now is after those first set of cards is that new information is continuing to come in. So just understand that like new opportunities are coming. Don't 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 lose your mind. All right. We also got kick up your heels, and again the rainbow and the unicorn. So just it's something about us using our magic better and like really and kick up your heels. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, like we need to just go out. It's not about going out and having fun, but it is. It's like we need to laugh and be with people, um, and just well, the last card is rise above problems. Um, so it's just like new opportunities are going to come in as things, if things are problematic for us, find the way to rise above it. I'm getting that thing again too about stepping out of the matrix. Like you don't have to put your energy into it. Um, that also is a very old construct for us about that we have to fix everything and we can't move forward until this piece is in place and we have to heal. And it's like, you know what? If a new opportunity comes up, um, go for it. I feel like too, like with that kick up your heels, like I'm really getting a sense of community. So if by the end of the week you get invited to a sound bath or a, people are going dancing, again, like keep your energy as high as you can in terms of like not lowering it with, I know I'm the same. Like I'll probably end up going out and having drinks this weekend. Like I'm not gonna like I'm not trying to fool myself here. But just the warning of that is um, like use moderation. I know I'm talking to myself here. Use moderation. Uh, don't go crazy. All right, let's see. Okay, so these cards funny because I wasn't sure. Like when I picked them, I'm not really sure. Like like the fairies I know are like the action cards for this reading. These seem to be this last set of the angel dreams is all about the outcome. It was on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the first one we got now, like we got heart chakra last Monday, Tuesday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By the end of the week, we're getting white or crown, like ultimate crown chakra, higher source, divinity, enlightenment. And then we got spring, awakening, projects, renewal. So by the once Friday's over and we're into Saturday, that energy has totally shifted. We should most of that dark energy or lower energy that's been kind of snaggling onto us or putting its hooks in us, we should be able to have cast away. And then by Saturday, yeah, just like we're into like full on spring and renewal and yeah, because we also got the dolphin energy, which is cosmic consciousness, breath, and sacred geometry. So those concepts too, like sacred geometry, is the divine matrix, right? We've had that card before too, the flower of life. So we're moving into higher frequency energy by the end of this week. So that is completely what I'm getting. from this reading, which makes sense. Yeah, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was all about how do we get through this last little lower, rougher energy. And then by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's all about the higher uh, intelligence, the higher realms, the higher frequency. So, yeah, that's good though, because it's, we do want to see the fruits of our labor. Like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like, um, yeah, it's, you know what, it's the overall card for the week, right? It's, it's for the preservation of ourselves through this whole process. So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is kind of like this, the death cycle is still in effect. But by the time we hit the eclipse and by Saturday, the baby, the new can be born. So let's just hang on to that as our, especially as our portal energy is like, let's give birth to the new. It's just time. All right. So that is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Let's sum everything up and see what the cards have to say. All right. Let's sum it up. And then, like I said, we'll strive for holding space Sunday. I don't know what that's going to look like, although I kind of have some ideas around it. I think it might be best to just put up something to help you guys with getting into that heart-centered meditation. Um, and that way it's on the channel because I'll load that meditation up separately, so that if you do need a reference for just that 5 minutes of calm, it's on there. Or you can, it's not a really hard one to do ourselves. So I think that's probably going to be the most important. I'll put the Beltane meditation on Friday's moon read. So yeah, it's all just perfectly aligning and coming together. That's my opinion of everything at the moment. So we got the High Priestess for the end of the week, which is I lift the veils of ignorance and darkness. So yeah, that's what we're just doing this week, right? From light or from dark to light. I can't believe I almost said that backwards. From dark to light, rebirth, right? From death to rebirth. So it's all just happening. We're all part of that process. It's really funny because the card for the beginning of the week with the, that's, well, I have it right here. Um, the death and rebirth card, but the word on it is preservation. So it also seems like the key for this week is just to keep ourselves uh, intact and, um, yeah, keep ourselves in preservation, meaning not spiraling to one side or the other, but just doing our best to, yeah, well, we got two cards, which is kind of funny. This one leapt out, and I was like, oh, I feel like there's one more. So the first card we got for the overall for the week is space. So this one just to me is saying it's about holding the space, right? That's what we're doing right now. This is our overall job. Again, we free will have a choice whether we're holding negative space or positive space, if you want to use those two words, or dark or light. Like, which energy are we holding on to? Or are we just allowing the space for the universe to show us all the different sides, and giving space to ourselves for this process? Because it's a huge process of shifting energy. It isn't easy. So, like in this card too, the person is somewhat at like rest, right? It's just creating the space for this to happen and holding that energy as high as we can. That's really all it's about. We also got the specialization card. This card for me is always about opening to our gifts, using our magic. Again, this is coming up, right? Use your magic. It's slightly woven through the theme of every day. So really taking a look at that stuff. Um, the thing I love about this card too is like the butterflies of transformation are on there. We've got a really strong solar plexus chakra with the sun. So really, having the willpower to move forward in this life. We've got a nice solid blooming heart chakra with roses. The lilies are in there. All the sun, the moon, everything's in there. So just really stepping into this new energy, and as it comes, like recognizing and being grateful for your gifts, being in service then and stepping out and seeing how you can use those in the world and how you can use them in your world to manifest. There's also like an element of the triangle in there, which the two reversed. So it's that Merkaba energy too, which also goes back to the space card because it's creating um, a positive energy field around you so that you are preserved and protected through all this craziness. Um, and that you're able to just be the observer and hold the space and formulate a plan and go with the flow. And it's like, it's just asking us to be the container. And the only way we do that is to be in our best possible, highest vibration. So that is it for the week. I hope you enjoyed this read. Like I said, I will be back on Friday with the Scorpio full moon, lunar eclipse, Beltane, Pluto retrograde, 5/5 portal read, and then we will. That's a lot to read, and we're gonna probably have to have like 10 decks of cards or something, and then we will put a meditation with that, which is a Beltane meditation. Uh, just because it really suits the timing, and like I said, the astrological date of Beltane is actually the 5th, not the 1st. We'll celebrate it on the day it's supposed to be celebrated. And yeah, that will be it for Friday. And then all fingers crossed, Holding Space Sunday will be go ahead. Yeah, we'll just roll with it like we're supposed to. So have a really good week. Take care of yourself above everything. Stay in your heart. Raise your vibration, no matter how hard everything is around us. Know that we're all in this together. Where we go, when we go, all everything is going to be fine. Take a breath and just be love. Be that space of love. That's all I can say is our best move forward. So take care, and I love you.